stream. Be good to me. Show your boy some love. Come on. Come on, who's going to jump in the chat? Come on. Come on, stream. Come on, streamy. I'm trying to make it here. Come on, baby. Treat me well. Treat me. Give me the sugar. Yeah, I just said give me the sugar. I need signal. I need signal. Yo, Asan. Trusty Asan. Can you hear me, Asan? Let me know. AK Mr. Mini Pongo. You are first. You're first. You're first in the room. Can you hear me? Jazz, can you hear me? Let me know. Give me another wave, Jazz, if you can hear me. I'm praying you can, but shout out for joining the stream again. Thank you, Esan. You can hear. Hell yeah. Esan's in the chat. Jazz is in the chat. My trusty Canadian tow truck queen. Never let me down yet. Thank you so much, Jazz. Sending you a big hug and Esan a big hug. Let's get this stream popping off again. That was annoying, guys, because you know what? That was a great stream already. Thank you, whoever just hit the like button. We're back in business, and I'm hoping we can get a great room full of people again. Kaylin is back in the chat. Good to see you, Kaylin. I was thinking of the word chat and then Kaylin, and it came out as Chaylin. So, Kaylin, I'm sorry, but we are back in business. Big love to everybody hitting the like button. 3 likes already. 4 likes already. Let's flip and go, guys. Thanks to everybody joining this in the stream, and thank you, Jazz, for sending the second like. Like I say, I'm going to have to do a global tour, a world tour, to come and meet some of you guys. If you want to meet up, like, there's no pressure. I'm not going to be like, tell me where you live, we need to meet up. But if you do want to meet up, like I say, I feel like some sort of IRL streaming, some type of mini world tour could be super fun. And Rob says, welcome back, Angry Ed. You know what, Rob? I was angry the other night, and I was a little bit annoyed then because the stream was going well. We were having fun, we were vibing. Gained 7 subscribers off that short stream, and it was a lot of fun. I was having a great time already, and you know what? It's okay, because we've made it back, and we're here. And Esan says, Edward, I ate salad with mushrooms, and it's really good. Well, Esan, I always like to hear about salad updates and what vegetables people have been eating, so I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed that salad. Oh no, I just spat on the screen. And Rob says, I got a great screenshot. Oh, damn it. I'm not too pleased to hear that. Because, yeah, I can imagine that I was probably doing a bit of this or a bit of that or something. Shout out to everyone that's rejoining the room, or maybe joining for the first time. This is the second stream of the evening. Kaylin says, F my life, man. Kaylin, what's getting you down in the dumps? And Jazz says, you better come visit. Jazz, you're giving me a very good reason to come visit. Like I've said, I've not been to Canada since I was, I think, 12 years old. I think it's literally been that long since I was last in Canada. I've been to America maybe like 4 or 5 times since then, but not Canada. And Canada is a great place, by all accounts and from all the memories I've got and everything I know. Not perfect, don't get me wrong, Canada's not perfect, but it's a damn good country with a lot of beautiful scenery. And Jazz, you are just another reason to come and visit. I meant like yet another reason, like, oh, you're just a reason. Like, you're yet another reason to come visit. Shout out to everyone that's joined the room. We are getting live again. I was on stream a couple of minutes ago, and unfortunately it started lagging for no reason. And everyone was telling me the screen's frozen. I could see people commenting in the chat, and it was super annoying because I was still here, ready to rumble. But the interwebs were not smiling kindly on me at the time, so we've made it back. Stevie P says, what's your opinion? What's my opinion on what, Stevie P? Mini Pongo says, where's Discord? Oh, our Discord, Esan, is Cares Club. So if you want to join that, I'm sure one of the mods in a minute will drop that link in the chat. And if you want to hop in, we'd love to see you in there. And Rob has apparently posted a screenshot of me doing a bit of an angry face or an angry dance or something. So I'll have to check that out shortly. Eddie is back. Good to see you, Eddie. Eddie. Good to see you back, Eddie. Eddie says, Edward, why didn't you join call? Which call was this, Eddie? Let me know, because I've been in Manchester today. I've been very busy. Asian says hello. Hello to you, Asian. You know what, Asian? Whenever you post in the chat, I feel like anyone who just tunes in is just going to see me calling you an Asian, but it's not that. Your username is literally Asian. Now, just as I said that, 22 people entered the room. So let me give you some context. One of our chat members is called Asian, and every time they jump in the chat and say hello, I'm always like, hello, Asian. But I feel kind of bad because it feels like I'm just being like, oh, hello, Asian person, whereas really like that's what they're called. So that's the context of this stream. No idea what Stevie P's saying. He's saying a pine, good A. Don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. But yeah, you're going to have to rephrase the question. And thank you, Eddie, for putting the Discord link back in El Chatter once more. We will pin that message. Shout out to the 22 people watching the stream. And if you're here and you're wondering what's going on, who is this guy? These streams are very chill, and they're all about coming together from all over the world. We don't care who you are, where you're from, what your background is. If you're here for a chill time, you're in the right place. And very soon, we're going to be hitting 500 subs. When that happens, we're doing the 500 subs house tour. So, like we say around here, hit subscribe to join the vibe. I actually owe the chat a stream as it is. I owe the chat a 200 subs Roblox stream, and I'm in debt. I hold my hands up. I am in debt. However, I am a man that delivers. So soon we're getting the laptop. We'll be doing the Roblox stream. We'll be doing the 500 subs house tour stream. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. Stitch VR plays games says, I subbed. Shout out to you, Stitch. Thank you so much. That's much appreciated. And welcome to the crew, for real. Welcome to the crew. Who else have we got in here? Little Native Mum is back in the chat and she says, hey, Edward, just dropping in to remind everyone, Mama loves you and stays to outshine the sun. W to everyone who didn't give up. W to Mama. W to Mama and all of the other 17 people watching the stream right now. Great to have you guys here with us, part of the journey. We're chilling. I just finished a chocolate brownie. I actually just finished up a stream because we were mid-stream. It was going great. Everyone was here vibing, and then my internet cut out. And everyone was in the chat like, we can't see you. The stream's frozen. But I was here. I was chilling, but no one could see anything. So we restarted the stream, and we're back. We are back in business, back in the game, back on top. You get the picture. So with that being said, let me get back to El Chato. Yumi Chan, speaking of back, is back and says, I'm back with 3 C's. T-Vex says, oh, blimey, Eddie. T-Vex, never seen you in the chat before. How are you doing? I also go by Edward, just for the record, but hello to you, T-Vexed. Who else is in the chat this evening? Let me find out. Grey Headspace is back. Good to see you, Grey Headspace. How are you doing at the moment? With a new PFP, I see as well. Amira says, can you say Zaga? I don't think that's something I can be trolled over, so Zaga. But then again, I don't know. That could be Zarabic for... Zarabic? That could be Arabic for something really rude. It could be Zarabic. Who knows? Maybe I'm swearing in Zarabic. And Liv with 3V says, hi from New Zealand. Liv, I'm sending you a huge what's up to you. Honestly, for real, one of my favourite parts about streaming is connecting with people from all over the world. Someone said to me, like, why did you stream? And I first tried out live streaming because I just thought I'd give it a go. I'd done the YouTube verification. I thought, let me try it out. But the reason I continued streaming was because when I first did it, like 1 or 2 people jumped in the chat. Not as many as right now, but 1 or 2 people jumped in the chat. And they were like, yo, what's up? I'm from, I think someone was from Pakistan. And I was like, that's crazy that at the time I was actually in Tokyo in Japan. I was coming back, like about to fly back to the UK. But I was at the airport and like this person was like, I'm in Pakistan. I was like, wow, that's super mad that I'm here in Tokyo. You're over there in Pakistan and we're connected. So when people say what's up and where they're from, I love to hear it. So thank you, Liv, for saying hello from, not down under, but from New Zealand. That was a faux pas, but shout out to you, Liv. That's what I'm saying. We've got a quote as well from Sturny. If you're new here, you might not have seen Sturny's quotes, but she's a beast with them. She says, if you are going through hell, keep going, Winston Churchill. You build it, they will come. Joe Jackson, which is a character. Lil Native Mama, another nice comment. She's proud, says, proud of everyone in the chat who's conquered a challenge today. Shout out to Mama, love that positive energy. And if you're one of the 19 people watching the stream, for real, have you conquered anything? Or is there anything that you've been pleased with yourself for doing today? Maybe you're new here and you're wondering what these streams are about. I can't speak. What these streams are about, like I said, they're all about good energy, positivity, and supporting one another. If you've got a W that you want to share, put it in the chat. And if you're going through some stuff, put it in the chat. And honestly, people that are here will support you. What's up to you, Maximilian? Good to see you back in the room. And HG is also back. And Asian says, my friends call me Asian at school. Well, fair enough. I will not feel so bad then. Yumi says, how you doing, mate? Yumi, I am doing pretty chill, thank you. We're here. We made it back to another stream. Thank you for rejoining the stream. And I'm shaking my fist at the gods of the internet because for some reason they decided that they didn't like how I was doing. They thought, you know what? EdwardCares, his stream's going a little bit too well. Time to rattle his cage and make his data lag. But unfortunately, we're back. Huntsman is leaving a comment, says, stop spamming. Okay, Huntsman says, yo guys, I got my coffee, but Huntsman's got to go, Tenner's got to go. So hope you all have a good time. Remember, if you're feeling sad, you can come here. Us people are very friendly. 100%. Thank you, Huntsman, moderator, Huntsman, Tenner. and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. And as he says, it's a very friendly space. As you can tell, it's all about being chill, supportive, and like I say, there's so much negativity online. We want to keep it positive. That's what it's about. Okay, Shiva Reddy has left a quote, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that one, so we'll come back to that one. Pain Reaver says, "Hey Ed, press up, let's go." Pain Reaver, loving the physical exercise challenges. You know what, Pain? We will do some press ups at some point. We've got to hit another. We've got to hit another milestone. We've got to hit another milestone, which I know we can do. But when that happens, I'm going to be cranking those press ups out. All right. Sterney says, "W chat, W Edward, W mods, W stream." Love that energy. Sterney, I could not have put it better myself, and that's why I need a like button so I can be like, W Sterney. 16x0 says, "What's up, bro? What's up to you, 16x0? Now, Husker178, I'm going to give you one chance to apologise for being rude, but otherwise it's going to be a timeout because you've just said, oh, it's already gone. You've already been timed out, unfortunately. But the message was very rude. It basically said, shut up. Now, that's not a very polite thing to say, and we like to keep it polite, chill, respectful, and positive around here. You get the picture. And Samrat says, "How are you, dude? I'm from India. Nice to meet you, dude." Samrat, I'm doing very well. Thank you very much for asking. And how are you doing? Thanks for sharing. Like I've said, it's super cool to know that people are watching from all over the world. And for real, India is one of the countries where we have, apart from the UK, England, etc. Apart from there, it's one of the countries. Sorry, just plugging my phone in. Apart from that, India is probably where we get the most number of viewers from on this channel. Indian people love like dropping by and saying hello. And to be fair though, given how big India is, I'm getting like a lot of Indian viewers, but maybe there's like 5 times as many Indian viewers that are like, this flipping guy. But nice to see you in the chat, Samrat. And for real, if you're new here, I'd love to know where you're from. I love connecting with people from all over the world. There's no right or wrong answer. So if you're out there, hit subscribe, join the vibe, and jump in the chat. Camped Dialover. Don't think that's a troll username. I'm going carefully, guys. A lot of these usernames, you've got to be careful. It seems like a legitimate name, but then you read it all as one, and you're like, hang on a minute. So I'll call you Camped, and you say hello. Hello to you, Camped. How are you doing? And Pete, Big Chief, is straight in with a deep question. Says, have you ever wrestled with your demons? Pete, Big Chief, wrestling with my demons all the time, for real. For real, that's like, like I've said before, these streams are a place where if you're troubled, if maybe you've not got things going your way in life, like, you're welcome here, honestly. This is not a stream for people who have all the answers. And yeah, have I ever wrestled with my demons? 100%. 100%. Mark the guy says, you seemed hyped. Did something good happen? Mark, I'm hyped to be on stream with you guys. We had to restart the stream because I was on it before. It was going well. We were vibing. Everything was going great. And then the flipping interwebs broke down on me, guys. The flipping interwebs. My data started lagging. I don't know why. So we had to restart the stream. But I'm here, and there's 19 of us chilling. Well, 19 of you guys, and one of me. So that makes 20 of us vibing together. 15 people have liked the stream. It's a good time. What can I tell you? And Liv says, I got to go now, Edward, but I hope you have an amazing day. Well, Liv, thank you very much for jumping in the chat. It was nice to meet you. And thanks for saying hello all the way from New Zealand. I'm saying a big what's up and see you later from England, the north of England. And Stay Mad 6 says, hey man, what's up? What's up to you, Stay Mad? Good to see you in the chat. I think it's the first time, right? How are you doing? And Samrat says, man, I love you, dude. You've answered my question like my family member. Sending a big hug to you, Samrat. That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, these, like, keeping it real with you. There's 17 people. Probably most of you guys are regulars now, but for the people that are here for the first time, I struggle with low mood, with negative thoughts, with being depressed, stuff like that. So when we stream together, I want it to be a positive space where we can forget our problems, come together, vibe, hang out, learn things, connect from all over the world. That's what these streams are about. So Samrat, you're very welcome. And thank you for subscribing. You just told me that. Much appreciated. Big love to you. And for real, if you're one of the people chilling with us right now, you're part of the journey, you're vibing along, then shout out to you as well. At 500 subs, we've got the house tour coming, which I'm excited about. And I should probably just shut up about it now because I'm hyping it up like it's going to be some crazy thing. It's just me showing you around my little house. But still, it's been in the pipeline for a while. And it's a new milestone for the channel, honestly. So I'm looking forward to that. Malia says, hi, Ed, remember me? Malia, of course I remember you. And I'm sure the crew remember. Oh, come on. Can you see anything? Can you hear anything? Breathe. Oh, can Sterny hear me? Can Sterny see me? Can somebody hear me? Oh, I'm not gonna lie though, guys. This is frustrating. I don't know. Yes, Sterny can see me. We're back in the room. We're back in the game. Thank you. I'm not religious, but at this point, I feel like saying thank you to someone. I'm alive. Yes, Eddie, I am alive. Thank you guys for hanging on because I'm not gonna lie. I could understand if you left. Now, 7 people, we've made it back on stream. Thank you so much for staying here. Now, listen, the stream crashed once more. And it's causing me stress, guys. It's causing me stress because I'm out here. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it as a streamer right now. I'm trying to entertain you guys. I'm trying to read stuff out in the chat. And it's not making my life easy. So if you're still here, persevering with me, when my internet goes down, my internet goes rogue, you are a real one. And honestly, I don't blame you for tunes are back on as well. Now listen, I don't blame you if you leave the stream when it's lagging. I don't blame you. Keeping it real, I don't blame you because I'd probably do the same. With everyone's attention span these days, it starts lagging. You're like, I'm out of here. So thank you so much. But 9 people, we're back in the room. We're back in the game. And thank you, Jazz, for confirming. And thank you, Maximilian, for confirming. And Uma is back in the chat. Now, Uma, we just crashed. The stream went down, but we're back. We're back in business. We are back in the game. And just like that, 14 people back on the stream with us. You guys are the real ones right now because the stream just crashed. It flipping crashed like a plane with a huge hole in the side of it. We went from a room full of people to a room full of no people. And right now we're back up to 16. So you guys are the real ones. Thank you so much for joining. My internet is trash and words need to be had. The annoying thing is that I recently bought another eSIM because my Wi-Fi is trash. So what's happening, guys? Like, is my phone trash? Maybe my phone is trash. Maybe I'm trash. Maybe I'm just a bad person. But with that being said, time to get back to the chat because I'm in debt once again. TZR says, hello, how are you doing, bro? TZR, I'm doing much better now. We're back on stream. My internet crashed. I don't need to do the plane thing again, but it crashed heavily and it ruined the vibe. But thank you so much to everybody that's rejoined the stream. We're back in business. So if I missed your comment, please do me a favor, put it in the chat again. I'm going to try and scroll up and catch up with them. But honestly, I'm in trouble right now because the chat is moving fast and I've not caught up with everyone. And hello to MRX. Heidi, how are you doing? And Uma says, I thought England had better internet. Listen, the internet in England is not bad. I'm starting to feel like I'm either cursed or my phone is trash or... No, those are the 2 options. Either my internet is trash or... What was that? I've forgotten the second option. Either my phone is trash or the internet is trash. Maybe both. But we're here, we're vibing, we're persevering, and you know what? We're back up to 16 people in the room. So that's a W as far as I'm concerned. And this is actually the second stream of the night because it crashed the first time. We had to restart the stream. And here we are. Kings, queens, and everything else on the internet. 15 people. Is this the biggest stream on the internet right now? Could be. 15 people. That's 5 more than 10 people. So I Show Speed, Kai Sanat, XQC, Clavicular. Anyone else? Your time is up. Your time is up. We're here to take over. And right now we're on 18 likes, which is nice. So 2 more and we're hitting 20. And as always, if we hit 20 likes, whoever hits the like button for the 20th time, they're getting a special shout out. Husker says, where do you live at? USA. I do not live in the US of A. I'm in a little old country called England. But thank you for the question. And Azizi says, yo, hi. Yo, hi to you, Azizi. How are you doing? Sean Hairline says, call out Jimskin. Why? What's the beef with Jimskin? I should have said Jimskin, to be fair, in terms of the big streamers. Jimskin, I'm here. I can't even say it. I don't want to say I'm here to take over, but I'm here to be a part of the conversation. Right now, we're rocking with 17 people, 20 likes on the stream. Are we here to take over the internet? It feels that way. Right now, it feels that way. We've got the reggae dub on in the background. We've got 15 people chilling on the live. We've got the end of a cold glass of soy milk. I'm feeling powerful, guys. I'm feeling pretty powerful. Apart from the internet lagging situation, that leaves me feeling pretty disempowered. How about you, though, Husker? Where are you from? You didn't share where you're from in the world. And Uma says, yep, let's go. And TZR says, love your hair. Thank you very much, TZR. Unless you're another person who's on a burner account, that's a second compliment for my hair this evening. And actually, like I was telling you guys, it's time to wash my hair. So tomorrow, hopefully, it'll be looking even smoother, more glossy. But thanks for real for the compliment. It's very nice of you to say. And hello to Butterfly Art, who is in the chat. Yumi Chan says, you're amazing. Now, listen, Yumi is not an employee of mine. I've not paid Yumi to say you're amazing. So it's either Yumi's talking to somebody else, or Yumi's talking to me, and they mean it. So whoever they're talking to, shout out. Well, not shout out to me if they're talking to me, but if they're talking to somebody else, shout out to them. And Yumi, if you're talking to me, that's very kind of you to say. Thank you very much. And for real, to all of the 19 people watching the stream right now, what's up to you guys? Thanks for joining the vibe. At 500 subs, I'm going to keep saying it. We're doing the house tour, so that's coming in fast. So if you want to be part of the crew, hit subscribe to join the vibe. What more can I say? And Cam is back in the chat. Good to see you, Cam. And Cam is from the Highlands of Scotland. Now listen, right, if you're out there and you've not said hello and where you're from, please jump in the chat and tell me, because I love connecting with people from all around the world. And Cam's just told me he's from the Highlands. Now, we actually had someone in the chat the other day who their username was literally like the Scottish Highlands Highlander or the Highlands of Scotland or something like that. It was, and I was like, oh, where's everyone from? And they were like, I'm from the Scottish Highlands. And I was like, you know what? Username checks out. But Cam, thank you very much for sharing. For real, I find it really cool to hear where people are from. And like I said, I'm from the north of England, not a million miles away from Manchester. So shout out to you, Cam. Malia says, you up for some Urdu lessons? Malia, hit me with some Urdu. I'm ready. And Azizi is going, but you say, take care, bro, bye. Goodbye to you, Azizi. Thanks for joining the stream, and it was nice to have you here with us. Samrat says, oh, that's refreshing. Well, he didn't say that, but Samrat says, what did you have for dinner? I had some chickpea pasta with some tempeh, some baby spinach, some extra virgin olive oil, a bit of nutritional yeast, and some kind of like a ketchup. It's meant to be a spicy ketchup, but it wasn't spicy, to be fair. So basically, yeah, chickpea pasta, tempeh, baby spinach, olive oil. It was good. Very nice indeed. Husker is in the UK as well. Shout out to you, Husker. Thank you for sharing. And Rebecca says, Matilda, you're beautiful. Now, is there a Matilda in the chat, or am I being called Matilda? I don't know. But hello to you, Music XX for Life. Nice to see you in the chat for the first time. And Rebecca Carley. No, Rebecca Caroley says, hello. Good to see you. Stephen John says hi as well. How you doing, Stephen John? Nice to see you in the chat. And Lino Anthony says, hey. What's up to you, Lino? I hope pronouncing your name correctly. And shout out to the 18 people watching the stream right now. I'm doing some shout outs. So if you're out there and you've not jumped in the chat to say hello, hit subscribe to join the vibe and jump in the chat. The water is warm. And for real, it's very friendly around here. So don't worry. It's not one of those chat sections where like you jump in and you say, hi, my name's Tom. And people are like, Tom? What kind of name is that? Like, it's a very chill place. Wherever you're at, whoever you are, it's nice to see you. And it's nice to see Dulak Shana, who says, hi. Good to see you as well, Dulak. And Siko Bay says, bro, want to do a live together. Siko Bay, do me a favor and drop a comment on any one of my posts, and I will see it, and we can connect after this stream. How about that? Thank you for the suggestion. Okay, and Malia is teaching me Urdu, and she says, if you want to say I'm joking, you say me mazak kari hu. Me mazak kari hu. Hopefully that pronunciation was not terrible. But thank you for sharing. I'm going to have to start writing these down, so I've got like a little list of phrases. And Siko says, peace, bro, I'll drop a comment. Thank you very much, Siko Bay. Always nice to connect with new people. Shout out to you, for real. Scottish Troll says, now I'm hoping, Scottish Troll, that you are not 1% battery. Hang on. I don't know if you saw the pure terror in my face then, but like it was legitimately terror. You know when people say, oh, I'm on 1% battery, but they're on like 11% battery. I was on 1% battery, and I've already had to restart the stream once tonight, making it 2 streams, and we've already had 2 lags. So I'm on thin ice right now, so I can't be taking any more chances. But Scottish Troll, I hope your username is not accurate, because you say, hey bro, can you give a shout out to my friend Warrior Z? He's from India and he would highly appreciate the shout out. Well, listen, Scottish Troll, if you're not trolling me, and there is a friend of yours called Warrior Z. Warrior Z, this is a shout out just for you. Hope you're doing well. And Cyper says, oh, hey, mister. Cyper, good to see you in the chat. How are you doing? Samuel Hitt says, Jesus Christoph. Now, there was no other context there, so I presume it wasn't meant in a very friendly way. And thank you to Malia, who apparently my pronunciation of Urdu was not too far off. And boom, Cam, who's in the Scottish Highlands, says, "Man, it's amazing to see loads of people from all over the world all being friendly. I wish the whole world was like this." Listen, Cam, that's the whole point of these streams, man. We want to make them friendly, welcoming, and that's why the only two topics we don't talk about are politics and religion, because those things are important to lots of people, but at the same time, they're quite divisive subjects, and we want these lives to be positive spaces where we can come together, leave our differences at the door. It doesn't matter where you're from or where you're at or whether you believe this system or that system. We can all come together and we're just like people chilling and vibing as one. So thank you for the feedback, Cam, and I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying it. Have I missed anybody? Okay, Samrat says, in a hypothetical situation, if I came to your house, what tasty food would you serve me? That is a good question. So the question, chat, from Samrat is, in a hypothetical situation, if I came to your house, what tasty food would you serve me? Now, as you guys know, I'm vegan, fully plant-based, so I would probably serve you something. Now, I like it at the moment. I've been on a noodles. I don't want to say binge, but because that sounds bad. But I've been eating a lot of noodles in recent months. It would definitely be something with carbs. But you know what, Samrat? If you're not from the UK, I would probably make you some traditional British food. I'd probably make you some sort of maybe like a pie or like a bake, some sort of bake type thing, or maybe a British roast, maybe a UK British roast with all the trimmings like roast potatoes, roast vegetables, like peas, carrots, gravy, maybe mash, the whole shebang, something like that. And in terms of pudding, it depends. Depends what time of year it was. If it was like the winter months, we have a traditional pudding in the UK called sticky toffee pudding, which is one of my favourite puddings. Very sweet. It's like a sponge-based pudding with dates in there. It's got like a sticky toffee sauce, as the name suggests, and it's really good. I wanted to set the record straight. To be fair, people sometimes, a lot of people rip on British food and they think it's all like bland, flavourless stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to bland, flavourless food, Britain, we're doing pretty well at that. We know our stuff. When it comes to the bland flavourlessness, we're up there. However, there is also for real a lot of really good traditional British food. Like some of the like the sweet stuff, as I say, some of the pies, flipping sandwiches, right? We popularised sandwiches. This country popularised sandwiches. So W sandwiches, that's all I'm saying. If you're wondering what I'm rambling on about, there's a question in the chat from Samrat who said, in a hypothetical situation, if I came to your house, what tasty food would you serve me? Now, Samrat, for a 3-course meal, I'd probably serve you something light to begin with. I have to think off the top of my head, like what the start would be. Like I say, for the main, maybe it'd be, you know what, if you're not from the UK, it would be something with an element of like a traditional British twist to it, maybe like the roast potatoes in there. Maybe some sort of Yorkshire pudding. Who knows? Maybe I'd go rogue. But personally, I eat food from all over the world. But yeah, if you were my guest and you weren't from my country, I'd maybe try and do something that was like traditional piece of food, you know? And to be fair, Eddie, that's a pretty funny joke. So Samrat said, "What would you serve me?" And Eddie said, "Samrat, a knuckle sandwich." Now, Eddie's a chill guy, so we're not taking that literally. Eddie's not going to be serving any real knuckle sandwiches up, but quite a funny joke nonetheless. And hello to Deepak, who says, "Hey, bro." Hello, Deepak. How are you doing? And Jay Wrong says, "Hello, long-haired." I think that's meant to say guy, but you say, "Hello, long-haired guy." Hello, Jay Wrong. Nice to see you in the chat. And Bronson DeVille says, "My favourite food is coffee." Now, is that Bronson DeVille or DeVille? No, probably is DeVille, isn't it? Like Cruella DeVille, right? But your favourite food is coffee. Fair enough. And Samrat is a strict vegetarian. Well, Samrat, like I just said, I'm actually a vegan, so you'd be well accommodated at my house. Cam says, today's been so peaceful for me. I read a book and drank tea and had a pot noodle, and now I'm lying in bed with a cup of tea and some biscuits. W Cam. That sounds like a chill day. And that sounds like a chill way to wind your day down. Now, Cam is watching from the Scottish Highlands. If you're out there and you've not said where you're from, I'd love to get to know it because I love connecting with people from all over the world. So jump in the chat and say hey. But Cam is in the Scottish Highlands. So right now it's about 9:20. Well, it is 9:23 p.m. So he's chilling in bed, cup of tea and biscuits, stream on in the background. W Cam. TZR says, "What do you do, like, bro? Like, what is your profession?" So I work in financial services. I am not a financial advisor, but I kind of work with a financial advisor and help people look at their finances. Shout out to the 23 people watching the stream right now. We are vibing, chilling, coming together from all over the world. And when I say all over the world, I literally do mean all over the world. So hit subscribe, join the crew. Oh, as well, at 500 subs, we're doing the house tour. So I don't know how many subs I've got now, but it's probably about 490 or something. Like, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But all I'm saying is at 500 subs, we're doing the house tour of my little house. So I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And Brooke, the lovely Brooke, is tuning in from Utah, US of A. And she says, "Hi, Edward and chat. Good to see you, Brooke. Hope you're doing well." And Chill Bra says British food is jelly deals. Now that is a traditional British dish, but trust me, that's very much a niche thing, and only really tourists really eat that. It's not something that your average British person eats on a daily basis at all. Kitty straight in there with a bold statement saying Mediterranean food is the best. Now, it's certainly been shown that a Mediterranean diet is very healthy, so can't argue with that. But is it the best? Is it the only food that's good in the world? I don't think so. And Jay Bell says, "Are we talking about what are we talking about? Stream sticky toffee pudding. I only heard toffee. Yes, we are talking. Well, we were talking about sticky toffee pudding. Someone in the chat, Sanra asked me the question: if I hypothetically came to your house, what would you serve me? And I was saying, as I'm from Britain, as I'm English, I would probably try and serve you some type of traditional British food if you weren't from England or from Britain yourself. So yeah, that's what my answer. And one of the things that I suggested I might make is sticky toffee pudding. Now, some of the people watching the stream will be from the UK and will have heard of sticky toffee pudding, but maybe you're one of the 21 people watching the stream who haven't heard of sticky toffee pudding. I'd be curious to know if you have or you haven't. Brooke says, like the stream, guys. Yes, thank you so much. We are 32 minutes into the stream with 25 likes, which is epic. Now, this is the second stream of the evening, and we got like 20 something on that, and that was a short stream. But listen, if we can get to like, don't know, if we can do well on the likes, guys, we're going to be cooking on gas. The last few streams we've been doing well, and if we can hit 50 likes again, that'd be dope. Shah Alarm says, bro, every region has good and bad food. Very true. This is very true. Literally every place in the world has both good and bad food. It's just a fact. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really passionate about food. One, because selfishly I love food, but also I think it's one of those things which unites people. Like, we all need to eat. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from in the world. Like I've said before, whether you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're young, you're old, you're rich, you're poor, everybody needs to eat. Everybody needs to eat food, and good food is good food, and it transcends boundaries. And there's not that many things, which transcends boundaries. Language often doesn't transcend boundaries. Belief system doesn't. People's appearances, like, obviously it's a mixed world, but you know what I'm saying? Like, things don't always transcend boundaries easily, but food does. Tycoon says, "Why would you serve a stranger?" I think it's a hypothetical question, Tycoon. Don't be a buzzkill. We're chilling. This is a game. We're not really letting random serial killers in off the street and serving them food. It's chill. It's a hypothetical situation, right? And Cam A. Rowland says, beans. Now listen, I will have no ill talk of beans, because yes, indeed, baked beans are a big part. Well, not big, but they are a big part of British food. To be fair, definitely like a kind of, at this point, like a considered a traditional British staple. Baked beans, beans in general. And you know what, Kitty? I think, Kitty, I would be a little bit more respectful if you don't mind, because this is the first time I've seen you in the chat, and the first comment you made was saying that one type of food is the best and others aren't as good, and then you're talking about Brits colonising food and not being able to make colonising almost all places in the world, but still can't make good food, and that's not true, because we have lots of great food in Britain, including great traditional food. So hopefully, Kitty, you can be a little bit more mindful and a little bit more welcoming and respectful in the chat. Thank you so much. Six Buzz is in the chat and says, "What's the story behind your forehead scar?" Six Buzz, join the chat for a few more streams and I'll tell you, because I feel like just joining in for the first time and not even saying hello and asking me about a personal thing like that, it's a little bit personal. So I'm not trying to be uptight about it, but there's a very sad story, well, sad for me anyway, a bad story behind it. So Six Buzz, hopefully you'll subscribe, keep joining the streams, and I'll be happy to tell you what that is on another day. Nuclear Gaming Squad says, "Yo, Nuclear Gaming Squad, love that energy, strong." And Chillbra says, Dijon mustard and Worcestershire sauce goes a long way, matey. Powerful flavours there. Potent. And Rajalot says, Perth, Australia. It's 4 a.m. I should sleep. Manic face. Rajalot, great to see you in the chat. And Perth, Australia. You are the second person this evening we've had in the chat from Australia, but they were from Victoria. And I don't know what. No, not called states. Are they called states in Australia? Maybe they are, but I don't know what part of Australia Perth is in, but I don't think it's the same as Victoria. Or is it? I don't know. I'm ignorant. But thanks for staying up so late. And for real, if you do need to get some sleep, go get some sleep. And Dud Cook says, hi. Hello to you, Dud Cook. How are you doing? Dud Cook says, I'm new. Yes, Dud Cook. It's the first time I've seen you in the chat. So welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. It's a very friendly place. These streams are all about good vibes, positive energy. That's a bit better. And coming together from all over the world. That's a bit more scenic. There we go. little bit more plant action. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So Dudcook, welcome. It's nice to have you here. And if you're out there and you want to share where you're from, feel free to let us know. Dennis Bergkamp says, I'm watching this while on the toilet. Well, Dennis, I'm hoping we're keeping you entertained. And of course, remember to wash your hands thoroughly after you've done your thing. And Cam is super cozy on the bed with his Labrador and sausage dog. That sounds super cozy indeed. Chill Bra says, all over the world, baby. Hello from New Zealand, former British colony, mate. Chill Bra, good to see you in the chat. Good to see you in the chat, and thank you for saying hello from New Zealand. If I'm not mistaken, you're the second person from tonight who's from New Zealand, unless it was you, and I've literally got the memory of a goldfish, but I'm pretty sure it was somebody else, right? Dulak Shana says, hello from Sri Lanka. Thank you so much for sharing. Love that. Super cool. We actually have... No, we don't. You're the first person from Sri Lanka who's ever said hello. So, Dulak Shana, I'm sending you a massive shout out and hello from England. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for sharing. And you say it's an island nation located in the southeast of India. Yes, I've heard of Sri Lanka and I would love to visit one day. I think there's a lot of coconuts that gets used in the cuisine there. That's my understanding. And I love coconuts. So, I mean, that's not the only reason to visit Sri Lanka, but that's one thing drawing me there. And hello to you, Ibrahim, who says, hi there, folks. Good to see you, Ibrahim. How are you doing? And Nuclear Gaming made the account 6 years ago. And they say that's why it's a nuclear gaming account. Fair enough, Nuclear Gaming. I'm sure people out there have had much more embarrassing usernames than Nuclear Gaming Squad. What else have we got out there? Let me catch up. If someone said I look like Kurt Cobain again, I can't see those messages, but I feel like somebody said that again. Yumi says, like and subscribe this channel. Yumi, thank you so much for the support. And for real, everybody that's vibing along, 19 people watching the stream right now, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for joining the journey and being part of the crew. I've said it so many times before, but I'm going to say it once more. And then about another million times. But I'm going to say it right now. Without you guys, these streams don't make sense and they're not possible. So thank you so much for rocking along with me. It doesn't matter who the streamer is, right? It could be the biggest streamer in the world. If they're not showing the chat love and if the chat's not there, they're nobody. They're literally nobody. Like all of the biggest streamers you can name. Without the chat, they're just a person speaking to a camera. So for you guys that are joining me, vibing along, thank you so much. And just to reiterate, at 500 subs, we are doing the house tour. And at this rate, it's going to come in sooner rather than later. And I need to get my house tidied ASAP. Because like I've told you, I need to clear up a little bit before I show you around. Chris O'Reilly is back in the chat, tuning in from Ireland. Good to see you, Chris. How are you doing, man? And Rainstay says the only good British food I know would be Spud Bro's jacket potato. Spud Bro, the viral jacket potato content. For real, this is what I want to say to you guys. I said it before and I'm going to say it again. British food gets a bad rep. Like, because there is a lot of bland, plain British food, people think that we have no good British food. We have some of the best food. And I don't just mean like international food made in Britain. Like, some of our traditional food is as good as you'll get elsewhere in the world. I'm saying it. It's true. Advic says, hello, brother. Can I get a shout out? Advic, you asked so politely, so this is a shout out just for you. Big up to you, Advic, and thanks for joining the chat. Chill Bra says, EdwardCares is worldwide, baby. 100%. That's how I want it to be, guys. Connected by the power of the YouTubes, the power of the interwebs. Here we are from all over the world. I think it's super cool, and I'm not just saying it. Like, we've got Chill Bra in New Zealand right now. We've got Chris O'Reilly in Ireland. We've got, who else is there? We've got Brooke in Utah, in America. We've got Jazz in Canada. We've got other people in India. We've got people from all over the world. So I think that's pretty cool myself. Eddie says, want me to pay for the Roblox stream debt as I'm streaming Roblox on PC and VR tomorrow? Ooh. I will do my best, Eddie. Let's chat in the Discord about that. I don't know how to make that happen, but let's chat because I do need to clear my debt. David Daney is talking about Thailand, and he says Thailand was pretty cool. Thailand, when I went personally, was great. It was one of the best times, and I want to go back. And like I told you guys before, at some point, don't tell my boss, I want to quit my job. Don't know when that's going to be, but I would love to go away and I want to rent an apartment in Vietnam for a bit and try and do some more streams and live super cheaply on like rice noodles and tofu and fresh vegetables. And I want to make some videos and a stream and just share that with you guys. I think that'd be super cool. Chris says, I was celebrating one of my best friend's birthday. We went to an escape room on Saturday and I gave him my old Xbox and I've been playing games with him a lot lately. Oh, Chris, you sound like a good friend for real. Shout out to you, Chris. And Samrat, good question from you. You say, which fruit do you like to eat the most? Oh, that is a good question. I couldn't tell you My favourite fruit is either something like strawberries, like English strawberries, like grown in the sun when they're good, the season's great, are just beautiful. Like that's like a happy memory for me. But I also love watermelon. Like I'm not saying couldn't say that I put watermelon necessarily above strawberries, but on a hot day, like watermelon on a hot day, you must have had it yourself, guys. It's amazing. But then at the same time, I went to Thailand last year and I had mangoes. I had incredible mangoes. So yeah, I love honestly, I love fruit in general. And at the moment at my house, I'm currently eating a lot of blueberries. I've got a big pack of blueberries and I eat those a lot, like every day. What's up to you, Iman Hussein? Nice to see you in the chat. And now that's not a very interesting pod, who I will call Now That's Not. I remember you from last night. You say, hi, it's actually nice to find a normal stream once in a while. Well, that is praise indeed. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone who joins these streams, who makes them fun, friendly, welcoming. That's what it's all about. So to the 20 people watching right now, shout out to you. And in case you wondered what was going on, that's what these streams are about. Good vibes, positive energy, and coming together from all over the world. So with that being said, Chill Bra says, subs mate, you better start tidying your house. Chill Bra, I'm on it. Thank you very much for subscribing and for joining the crew. Honestly, it's always nice to have new people vibing along with us. And you're right, I do need to tidy my house ASAP. Now, Dulak is in the chat, and he or she, I don't actually know their gender, they're from Sri Lanka. And I was saying how I want to go to Sri Lanka because there's a lot of coconuts in Sri Lanka and I love coconuts in food. And they say, yep, we have a lot of coconuts and spicy foods. Elephants, the largest Asian elephants, and many UNESCO sites. One of the best countries to visit in South Asia as a tourist. Well, thank you for sharing that with me, Dulak. Beyond that, I say, beyond the fact I knew that there was there's a lot of coastline and coconuts and, like you said, spicy food. I don't actually know much about Sri Lanka, so thank you for sharing that with me. Malia says, stop what skin my comments, please. I'm crashing out, Malia. If I miss your comment, I always do my best to catch up with them. But as you can see, the chat's super busy and I'm trying to read out as many as possible. So if I miss your comment, just copy and paste it, put it in the chat again, and I'll do my best to see it. Harsh Gamer says, hey bro, where are you from? I'm from India. Harsh Gamer, I am from England, which is where I'm streaming from right now, the north of England. But like I said before, we've got people tuning in from all over the world. We've got yourself in India, we've got Dulak in Sri Lanka, we've got Chris O'Reilly in Ireland, and we've got people from all other countries as well. So wherever you're at, guys, shout out to you. And speaking of all over, we've got Jordan the Magpie, who says, hello from Newcastle, how are you? I'm doing very well, thank you, Jordan. Thank you for asking. And how about yourself, mate? Nice to see you in the chat for the first time. How are you doing tonight? And Devesh is from Delhi, or is it in Delhi? Thank you very much for sharing, Devesh. We've had a few people in the chat before from Delhi, and that's one of the places in India, for real, I want to visit because, one, it's good light connections, and two, as I say, I've met a few people in the chat from New Delhi, and I hear it's a good place to visit. I could be wrong, maybe that's fake news, but I've heard it's cool. Puzzo2K says, nice hair, man. Puzzo2K, thank you for that positive energy. That's what we love. And for the compliment. I've said it before, I'll say it again. One compliment or one comment can make or break someone's day. If you were to say like a mean thing to someone, that could really change the course of their day, their mood, how they feel about themselves. On the flip side, if you say, oh, I like your coat, or you look nice today, that can honestly boost someone up. It really can. So thank you, Puzzo2K. And thank you to the mods as well. I don't shout out the mods enough, but thank you to all of the mods keeping the chat nice and tidy. We had a few rogue commenters tonight, so I appreciate the mods doing a great job on that. And Tony says, is it 21:34? Is it 34 minutes past 9? It was. Now, I'm 3 minutes behind the chat, clearly, so I'm going to zoom to the bottom. But yes, Tony, it was when you commented 9:34. Now, to the bottom of the comments, Hanumaniam says, thanks to the mods. Who is vegan? That's me, Hanumaniam. That's moi. Now, who else have we got in here? Chichi Bulmer says, greetings from Newcastle, second person in 2 minutes from Newcastle. Shout out to you, Chichi. How are you doing? And I'm sending a big what's up from the northwest of England back to you. Roblox Edit says, hi. Hello, Roblox Edits. And Sterney is in Ireland as well. Yumi says, TC, take care, Ed. If you're going to Yumi, then sending a massive hug to you. Thank you for joining the chat, for being so friendly and supportive. And if you are going, we'll see you next time and look forward to hanging out with you on another stream. My Nothing Really says, my favourite fruit is cactus fig. I tried it in Mexico ages ago. I think it was 2016. That sounds good. Are those the little kind of like nodules that grow on cacti? Because I've seen those before and they do look damn good. And I know in Mexico they get down with the cactus, eating the cactus. So yeah, I want to try cactus. I have tried cactus, but it was in England and I feel like eating cactus in England, maybe not the same as having it in like Mexico or New Mexico. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sturdy says, I'm doing okay, I guess. My mental health's been kicking off lately. How are you, Chris? Not even my conversation. I'm butting in on somebody else's conversation. But Sturdy, we're sending you big hugs. TZR is back and says, would you like to try Bengali food? And I subscribe to you. Would you like to see you here tomorrow? Well, TZR, worry not, because we will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time, and I hope you can join us. And thank you so much for subscribing. And I'm going to confess to you, I actually have not knowingly eaten much or any Bengali food. Now, I know in the UK, there's a lot in Indian curry houses. There are actually a lot of Bangladeshi chefs. I believe before, there's a lot of Indian people now, but I think in curry houses in the UK, it used to be a lot of Bangladeshi people who would make the food. So I think without it meaning to be Bangladeshi or Bengali, a lot of people were from that background. But what I will say is that I actually couldn't tell you anything about Bengali food. So if you've got anything to share with me, I'd be grateful for the knowledge. But thank you for the sub as well. And Samrat says, I love you, man. It's good to see that you're respecting everyone and treating everyone like your family. No doubt, whatever people spread negativity about you, I don't care. No doubt you're a good human. Samrat, I'm not a perfect guy by any means, but I try. I try to be nice. I try to be chill, because that's what these streams are about, right? We've all got stuff going on in our lives. We're all going through something. Maybe you're having a tough time at work. Maybe you don't have a job. Maybe you're having health problems. Maybe your family have health problems or money problems. We've all got stuff that we go through, and that's why these streams, I want to make them as positive and as friendly and as welcoming as possible, because I just want it to be a chill space where we can hang out and forget about our problems. When we're on stream together, we're just vibing. So shout out to here vibe right now. And as always, if I miss your comment, please don't be offended. I'm doing my best to with them all, but sometimes I miss them. Okay, with that being said, let me scroll down a little bit. And Hanumaniam says, I'm vegan. Well, that's two of us. W to you, Hanu, who I'll, if you don't mind me calling you Hanu. Jordan the Magpie says, where in Northwest are you? I am like near Manchester. That's my nearest big city. And Hanumaniam says, what is the channel about? Well, originally, oh my gosh, it's not about slamming the phone down. Sorry, guys, about that. That was a little bit hectic. Now, Hanu, the question was, what is this channel about? Now, originally, this channel was just about like vegan food and my journey with that. But before you swipe away, it's actually now about these live streams, or as I say, they're a chill vibe. Everyone's welcome, coming together from all over, where we can connect, spread some positivity, support one another, celebrate with each other's wins. That's what these streams are about. But in terms of the long form content I'll be posting, it will be like chill and eat with me videos. So I want to do like a literally called like chill and eat noodles with me video, where a lot of people, including myself, like to watch other people eat while they eat. So for people that are on their lunch break or they're at home, they're relaxing and they want someone to eat along with or just watch and enjoy, that's what I'm going to start doing videos with. So some of those, and maybe if you guys want to see them, a healthy mukbang as well. That's another idea that I had. But yeah, definitely want to start doing more long form content. So I hope that answers the question. And thank you, Chris, for confirming as well. Hanu says, have I missed him trying the food? Now, Hanu, I actually was eating some food before. I was eating some chocolate brownie made by my dearest mother and some fresh blueberries as well. But worry not, Hanu, we'll be back with another stream tomorrow. We're not ending this one just yet, but we'll be back as well tomorrow, and we'll be eating some more food, I reckon. Okay, and B Person, who is asking about books, because they've asked several times for book recommendations, and they've been very diligent in following up. They said, so I liked 1984 better than On the Road, but sure, it was good. Returning to the library tomorrow, returning the book. Do you have yet a third recommendation for a book bringing home? Oh, B Person. Let me have a think about that. Good question. Good question. What's another good book that I really like? My mind is immediately going to George Orwell's, but maybe honestly, The Great Gatsby is good. I don't know if you've read that. That's a little bit of on the road energy, but at the same time, it's different. It has some of the excesses in it, but it's different, you know. So maybe The Great Gatsby is a good book as well. But let me get back to you. I'll have a think as well about more book recommendations. Thank you for the question. Hanu says, been trying to buy good vegan hot dogs. Yeah, I'm not a big hot dog eater, to be fair. So if you find any, let me know so I can know for future reference. Oh, excuse me. And Duluk Shuna says, oh, okay. Thank you, Duluk, for setting me straight. So Duluk Shuna, Duluk Shuna says it's actually spelled Duluk Shuna. I'm female and it is a female name, though Dulak is okay, lol. Well, I'll do my best with Dulak Shuna. Which do you prefer, Dulak Shuna? Do you prefer your full name or Dulak? Because if you don't mind your short name, if that's okay, I will call you that just so I don't make any slip-ups. But if you like your long name, I'll say your long name. Hello to Rebecca Fenton, who's back in the chat. Good to see you. And Hanu just subbed. Thank you so much, Hanu. It's nice to connect with you, and thank you for the sub. And Hassan667 says, hello. Hello, Hassan. How are you doing? I'm on 1% again. Oh, my gosh. So what happens, guys, is that I plug my phone in for a bit. I can't have it propped up easily. So it's kind of annoying. So in order to have my phone like that, I now need to hold it with one hand. I could just, be more organised and get this phone charged before stream. But sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Sterney has a good quote, and she says, if you can dream it, you can do it. Walt Disney. Keep your eyes on the stars and your feet on the ground. Theodore Roosevelt. I think, Sterney, that you've shared quotes from Theodore Roosevelt before. So it seems like Theodore Roosevelt is a bit of a quotes man. No, it's a quotes person. Theodore is the man, right? I'm really second guessing myself. Teddy Roosevelt. Yeah, I think that's a guy. It is surely is a guy. It is. I'm just second guessing myself because there's another Roosevelt. I think it's called Eleanor Roosevelt. I don't know. I'm rambling. Back to the chat. Okay, and Hanu says, I like the phone falling over. That was exciting. Well, worry not, because there'll be more excitement when I drop things or things fall over in due course. DG says, can I tell you a joke? If it's a friendly, non-troll joke that's not offensive to me or other people, then go for it. Oh, refreshment. And Gape Horn says, basically a mukbang. Well, Gape, the difference between an eat and chill video versus a mukbang is that the mukbang would be focused, in my mind, on being like a big plate of food, whereas an eat and chill video would be more just one of my usual portions, which is a good sized portion of food. Like for some people, it'd be a big portion, but not like a crazy feast. That's how I would think of a mukbang. Malia says, you've missed my comment again. Can you please scroll for it? I'm going to try and find it right now, Malia. As you said, you've posted it a few times. Jordan, I missed your comment, but you said, I'm doing good, thank you. Just chilling before work tomorrow. Well, Jordan, I hope you have a good day at work tomorrow. I also have work tomorrow. Unfortunately, I'm not yet a full-time streamer, but one day that could be the reality. And then I would have work tomorrow, but it would be chilling with you guys. I mean, I'm still going to be chilling with you guys tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying. Malia, I actually can't. I'm scrolling. You were going to have to put it in the chat once more because I've scrolled up, and the last comment from you was you saying, please stop missing my comments. I'm crashing out. Yeah, I'm scrolling, and I can't see any from you. Yeah, I can't, Malia. You're going to have to put it again for real. I've scrolled up until the last one where you said you've missed my comments, and there's no comment there, so you're going to have to put it in the chat again. Oh, and Hannah says there's a great book called The Cockroach Marketer by Lopez Lasane. I think that's how you say it. And Eddie says, Edward, I'm a clock out for the night. Eddie, have a good rest, man. Thank you for all the work you do in the chat, and it's much appreciated. And have a good rest. And I'm going to give some quick shout-outs to people because I feel like new people have entered the chat and I've missed them. Queen Toric says, hey, try balance it on something, but you'll have to bend the charger a little lol. Queen Torix, thank you for the suggestion. Welcome to the chat. And honestly, if only 'twas that simple, I would be balancing. I can do it like that, but that's literally my... Hang on, let me try it with the finger. One second. Okie doke. And do like, you say it's okay to call you... That is your... I think I don't want to be overly casual, because when people call me Ed, I prefer when people call me Edward, so I don't want you to feel like I'm just being rude. And Ellie is in the chat. You're back in the chat, and you say, hello, I'm here. I'm from South Staffordshire in the UK. Thanks for sharing, Ellie. Nice to see you back in the chat with us. And Chris is going, so see you later. Chris, take care for now, man. Big hugs as always. And I hope you guys can hear me. Okay, we've got another book recommendation in the chat from Sterney, who says, book recommendation, The Perfect Son by Frida McFadden, thank you for the recommendations. Dulac says, what are the genres of the books you read? Yeah, let me try that again. What are the genres of the books you usually read? I usually read fiction. I do usually read fiction. I guess it would be maybe, I don't know how you'd classify it really. Would it be not fantasy? Because I read stuff like George Orwell is my favourite author, right? So I guess there's a kind of historical fiction, not historical fiction, but fiction. I don't know how to describe it. Fiction. For example, I'm not someone who's into like romance novels. I'm not against those, but those aren't the type of books I read. Um, but yeah, if you have any recommendations, do like as well. Let me know. Oh, and Hanu says when it went to 1%, the sound died. Yeah, this is why I need to keep on top of it with my phone. Monster says, are we talking about books here? Yes, we are. And Simply Lily says, hi, Edward Scissorhands. Hello, Simply Silly Lily. How are you doing? Hanu can hear again. Love to hear it. Queen says, you can do it, haha. Where are you from? Queen, I'm from the north of England. That's where I'm from, and that's where I'm streaming from right now. But of course, we have people in the chat from all over the world. And Queen, if you want to share where you're from, I would love to hear it as well. And big W to all of the 15 people tuning in right now. We're actually nearly. Actually, you know what, guys? It's been a crazy long stream because the first one we did was about 50 minutes long. We had to end the stream because the signal was trash. We restarted it. And this other stream has been almost an hour long. So we're going to do 2 more minutes, guys. 2 minutes, 45 seconds. So if you've got any more questions, any more shout outs, put them in the chat right now. And don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe for real because we're back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. And you know what they say, hit subscribe to join the vibe. Edward Dickinson is back in the chat. Good to see you, Edward. And you says, I have school in the morning. Well, Edward, I've got work in the morning. So neither of us have got a free day, unfortunately. And Hanu is reading Orwell at the moment. Love to hear it. Like I say, one of my absolute favourite. Well, he is my favourite author. Like my single favourite author. Let me catch up. Sturdy has got another quote for us and says, one of the differences between some successful and unsuccessful people is that one group of people is full of doers, while the other is full of wishers. Edmond Mbiaka. Edmond Mbiaka. So another good quote from Sturdy, who is for real a quote machine, quote's final boss. I think that's fair to call Sturdy at this point. And wonderfully, magnificently, I'm caught up to the top of the chat. Homage to Catalonia, another great book. Another great book. That's what I'm saying, mate. So many of his books are just great. Just the tone, I think it's the tone and the storytelling and the way he humanizes people, and I don't know, just a really great author. And as I say, 1984, just what a prophecy in my opinion. But as we're nearly ending the stream, this is a good time for me to say to you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining, because if it was just me gibbering on, it wouldn't be that interesting. But with you guys, it's always a lot of fun. So I really do appreciate you rocking along with me, joining the vibe, hitting subscribe. And like I said, 500 subs, it's going to be any day now. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. Queen says, what's your favourite movie? My favourite movie is possibly This Is England. I think that's a great film. Malia says, you missed my comment again. I'm not putting it in the chat again for the third time. Fair enough, Malia. I've done my very best to find your comment. I've scrolled up and up and up until I found your comment where you said, you've missed my comment, I'm crashing out. And I scrolled all the way back down. So maybe the mods deleted it, but I can't see your comment there anymore. But thanks for joining the stream, Malia. Huma says, what do you think about the new Animal Farm? What is the new Animal Farm? Is that a film or is that something else? Because I've only read the book. Again, another great book. And Queen says, OMG, I love it. I subscribed. You seem awesome. Queen, thank you so much. And if you don't mind sharing, where are you from in the world? You don't have to be specific, but are you from like Asia or Europe or America? Let us know. We'd love to hear. But if you don't want to share, that's totally cool as well. Okay, we've got a book recommendation from Dulac, who says, I have no mouth and I must scream. I'm going to screenshot that quickly. Ooh, if I can. There we go. It is the most famous story published by Harlan Ellison in 1967. It's the Hugo Award-winning post-apocalyptic horror story. Well, thank you. do you like? Because honestly, I've never heard of it, and there's so many things I haven't heard of. So yeah, thanks for sharing. And Queen says, I'm from the UK. I live in a place called Durham. Well, again, Queen, thank you very much for sharing. We actually have a couple of people. We've got two people, in fact, two regular viewers who, Foxy, who, unlike him, he's not been here this evening. He's always usually here. He's from County Durham. And we've got Bex, who's originally from County Durham, but now lives in Scotland. So yeah, nice to see you in the chat, Queen. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you for subscribing as well. It's great to have you in the crew. No way. And Sturdy says, OMG, only one more till 500. That's crazy. So before I started the stream, the first stream this evening, I had, I think, 482 subs. And if what you're telling me is correct, Sterney, that means we've gone up 17 subs in the evening, which is crazy. And Thabart says, hi, bro. How's your day? Thabart, my day is going well. Thank you very much for asking. And thank you for jumping in the stream with a very positive in the chat with a very positive energy. Love to see that. And the question is, how's your day going? Queen says, "Oh, cool. How long you streamed for? Did I see something about you being vegan?" Yes, Queen. I am indeed vegan. I've been vegan for over 10 years. And when I originally created my YouTube channel, it was to share my journey, not with being vegan, but like the food that I ate and like tips about being vegan. But now I started streaming about 3 months ago, and since then I very quickly realized that I didn't want it to be just for vegans. I want it to be for anybody, like wherever you're at, whoever you are in the world. I wanted it to be like a welcoming and friendly place. So these streams are like just good vibe streams. That's what they're all about. And when I upload long form content, which I'm going to start doing more of, that's going to be like eat and chill videos with me. So it's not going to be like 10 reasons why you should go vegan, but it's more just like here I am eating some delicious food. Come and sit down and chill with me. And like I said before, I know I'm someone who enjoys who enjoys watching people eat food. So hopefully there are other people on the internet who also like chilling along, eating some food while they watch somebody else watch food. So yeah, that's one of my plans, and maybe do a healthy mukbang as well. We will see. But yeah, great things to come. And thanks for the question, Queen. And in fact, just while I'm seeing Queen's name in the chat, she says, I'm vegetarian. I've been for 8 years. I'm thinking of going vegan. Well, Queen, for real, all I would say is I've been a meat eater, a vegetarian, and a vegan. And I've absolutely no regrets about going vegan. It's one of the best things, genuinely, I've ever done. I feel healthier. It costs me less money. It's obviously kinder to animals, better for the planet. I promise you, it's one of the best things you'll do. And if you want any tips or any advice, anything like that, just comment on my channel or reach out to me, however you want to reach out to me. But I'd be happy to give you tips and advice. And it's a great thing to do. Owen Morley says, what's your fave food? Owen, I am a big food lover and I love all different types of food. But carbs, if you had to tell me like what do you love eating? I love carbs. Like I love like pasta and noodles and rice and potatoes. I love carbs. So the question, if you've just joined the stream, the question was from Owen Morley, what's your fave food? My favorite food, like I was saying, is carbs. I love carbs. But beyond that, I couldn't choose. It'd be too difficult because I love, like I say, all different types of international food, Asian food, like different types of Asian food, which is obviously an entire continent. So you've got Indian food, Chinese food, Thai food, Vietnamese food, and then you've got traditional British food, which I love as well. You've got South American food, Latin food, you've got African. I don't know, the world is an exciting place of food. So it's a tricky question to answer, Owen. And Thabart says, you look so much like my cousin. Well, I promise you, Thabart, I am not your cousin. Okay, and we've got a question. So from English with Janelle, who says, Invitation as a guest on English with Janelle. Invitation as a guest on English with Janelle is a podcast about insightful conversations, life experiences, culture exchanges, and much more. Would you like to be a guest on my podcast? English with Janelle, that sounds like a cool offer. Do me a kind favour, and if you comment on any one of my posts, any one of my videos, I will be able to find your channel again. I will try and remember it. I'll take a screenshot. But if you do me a favour, comment on anything I've ever done on the internet. And I'll find you and we can have a conversation. So thank you for the offer, English with Janelle. It's a good one and I appreciate it. And Thabart says you're the first one pronouncing my name in the right way. Well, I'm glad I've got your name right because I said it wrong initially and then I thought, hang on, I think this is a name and it's probably pronounced this way. So shout out to you. Have I missed anybody? We're scrolling down rapidly. And thank you, Minnie A, who says, hi, that sounds like a great idea. I think you're talking about my idea to do like eat and chill videos where when we're not on stream together, which is currently 5 days of the week, 8 p.m. UK time, but when we're not on stream, like I say, hopefully the long form videos will be something that you guys can sit and relax and chill with me while we're doing that. And Queen says, my family are all vegan, and here is me, the little vegetarian. Well, Queen, that is quite unusual, actually, to have. It's usually the other way around, right? Where it's like the family's vegetarian, they grew up that way, and maybe one of them's one of them's vegan, or they're all meat eaters, and someone's vegetarian. So, Queen, you're the. Yeah, I don't want to say the odd one out because that makes it seem like I'm being mean to you, but yeah, it's cool to hear that your family's vegan anyway. And what's up to you, Cello? Good to see you. Goofy the guy says, so this girl I'm talking to, I'm very confident she likes me, but I don't know. Sometimes she acts like I'm giving her some kind of ick, but I really like her. I need your help. What should I do? Well, Goofy the guy, and thank you, English with Janelle. I can see those comments coming through, so thank you for that. Much appreciated. So the question is, I need your help. What should I do in terms of talking to the girl? Now, listen, right? I would say, depending on how it's going with the girl, try and suss out whether she's into you. Try and firm up whether she likes you that way. Maybe you could ask her out. If you really like her and you feel that she likes you as well, there's no harm in asking her out. Honestly, like, I know it sounds crazy, but you don't know until you ask. And if she doesn't like you, then you know. Then that's your answer. But if she does, then she'll be willing to go out with you and could be the start of a beautiful thing. And Uma says, yup, we got to 40 likes. Let's go. Thank you, Uma. I'm so slow, 142, which is absolutely epic, guys, because this is the second stream of the evening. So thanks so much, everybody that's taken the time to hit the like button. You guys are real ones. And Thabart says, I want to make people smile so I feel better, so I want to bless you somehow. Thabart, you sharing that positive energy in the chat is making me feel blessed because, like I've said before, these streams are all about good vibes, positivity, and supporting one another. So when people jump in the chat and they say something like, hey, Edward, like, I like your jacket, or that's not a jacket, that's a top, but like, I like your top, or you seem like a nice person. That's lovely. I really appreciate that. And same to you, Thabart. When you leave positive things in the chat, it makes me feel great. So thank you very much. Owen is also a Carbs fan. Love to hear it. Maximilian says, can you please stop? Just stop now to ignore my questions. Maximilian, I'm doing my very best. I think sometimes people forget that I'm trying. I really am trying to read every comment. And sometimes when people get impatient, I'm not saying you're being impatient, Maximilian, but it's sometimes difficult. It's sometimes difficult because I try to do my best and I can't always keep up with all the comments. But you say, how was your day today and how are you? By the way, cool shirt. Thank you, Maximilian, for the compliment on my shirt. You're always very flattering about my shirts. My day today was good and I'm doing pretty well. And we're about nearly there with this stream because it's been another epic stream and I've got to sleep because I've got work in the morning. But the questions in the chat, or the final comments in the chat are... Queen says, I've never posted anything for YouTube. I think it's scary. Maybe one day. Queen, don't rush. Take your time. But when it feels right, go for it. Don't be afraid. Just go for it. And you can always delete the video. Queen says, yep, you've just said a mod. Thanks, Edward. You know what, Queen? I've got to stand on business. I've got to back the vegans up in this one. But I'm not trying to make you feel bad. But like I said, honestly, if you do want any tips whatsoever about anything that's vegan related, I'd be happy to share that with you. And Uma, no, that's another one. Ryan says, hi, how's your day been? Ryan, my day has been good, thank you. Second stream of the evening. It's nearly time to say goodbye because this has been a long one. But I hope you're doing well, Ryan. Goofy the guy says, I really appreciate you're the first person to listen to me. God bless you, man. Goofy the guy, I am sending you all the best and big hugs your way and good luck with everything. Me White says, what country do you live in? I live in England. Land of the free. Nathan says, low quality. Nathan, if you're low quality, that's okay. You can grow as a person. You can improve. You don't need to worry about it, Nathan. If you're low quality, we're here for you. We've got your back. You're not the first person who's low quality, so don't even stress about it. And Agatha Newecki says, yo, what's up? What's up to you, Agatha Newecki? And Maximilian, no problems at all. Always try to do my best to answer your comments, man. So I'm sending you a big hug, and thank you for the question, as always. And TZR knows what's up. Shout out to TZR as well, keeping it real. Love it. Boom. All right, then. Goofy the guy says, love England. Visited Milton Keynes once. It was lovely. I live in India. Well, Goofy, I'm glad to hear you had a good time. Milton Keynes is notorious for its, I think it's traffic system, right? I'm pretty sure it's notorious for that. So I'm glad you had a good time. And listen, if you had a good time in Milton Keynes, there are other parts of the country you would love even more. But thank you for sharing, Goofy. And it's good to see you in the chat for real. Your first time here, so I hope you're doing well. Um, uh, Nathan is taking another L and says was referring to the video stream. I think that's meant to be video, Nathan, which is spelt video. So L to Nathan on this occasion. Unfortunately, Nathan's going to have to catch his breath because he's going in the timeout section because Nathan was rude and being a meanie, and we don't want that. We want people to be friendly and nice and welcoming. So see you later, Nathan871. Take care and all the best to you. And you're paranoid. The username checks out. And Goofy the guy said that he really enjoyed Milton Keynes. It was genuinely amazing. Well, I'm glad. Honestly, I'm always happy to hear when people have a nice time visiting here. Love to hear it. And you know what, guys? With that being said, Queen says, I don't know how you're doing this with the comments. I would be lost. Queen, that's a good thing about the chat, right? It keeps my brain firing. Like, if we were just chatting, I might be like, yeah. But because it's on the screen, I've got to be like, I can't click. Why my fingers aren't working. It's not a very good click. But you take my point. I've got to be like, pooh, pooh, pooh. So when we have people like Nathan jump in the chat and try and be a joker, but take a big L in the process, sometimes we've got to roll with it. Green Dog says he'd missed a hypothetical. Well, Green Dog says, would you rather have a cat with a human face or a dog with human hands? I would take, maybe the dog, because it'd look weird, but it wouldn't freak me out like a cat would. And Maximilian, don't worry, don't be stressed at all. And unfortunately, Sticky Steez, I cannot loan you a tenner, bruv. And Queen says, what did he even say? I missed that. He was just trying to be funny. He just said, I think he said low quality, meaning the stream was low quality. So to which I replied, listen, Nathan, it's okay. If you're a low quality guy, it's not a problem. You can grow, you can build as a person, and we're here for you. So Nathan took an L, and then he took a double L because he tried to come back. And I don't even like talking about this way because these streams are all about good vibes. We're talking chat, the 19 people watching, about someone that was in the chat a few minutes ago who was trying to be mean. He was trying to be a bully. And I had to set him straight. So we don't get nasty around here, but we can't have bullying. Not standing for that. But with that being said, we're going to read a few more comments. Hussein, who says, what's good? Hussein, one of the OGs. Hussein, we're actually about to wrap the stream up because we've been streaming a long time and work is calling in the morning. But Mohammed says, do you watch football, mate? Yes, Mohammed, I support Everton, which is a struggle. And thank you so much for everybody that's hit the like button. Thank you, Maximilian, for bringing the energy. Thank you for bringing the energy, like I say. And who says, sorry I'm not showing up? Hussein, do not worry. It's always nice to see you back in the chat, though, for real. And Green Dog says he perhaps meant the video quality was low quality. It's a little pixelated, brother. Well, if that is the case, then I owe Nathan a big apology. He got timed out because I thought he was being a bully, and we can't have that. So, Nathan, if you're somehow watching on a burner account and you were being genuine and not being a meanie, I apologise and forgive me. But if you were being a meanie, as I think you were, as you may have been, then the timeout remains in place. But in any case, there's never any what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. Frivolous. Yeah. There's never any frivolous timing out, is what I'm saying. It's all good vibes around here. And TLXX7575 says, greetings from Reno, Nevada, USA. TLX, thank you so much for saying hello. I love connecting with people from all over the world. It's one of my very favourite parts about streaming. So thank you so much for saying hello from Reno. You're possibly the first person to say hello from Reno. I think we've had someone from Las Vegas, before, but definitely not many people from Nevada. So shout out to you, TLX. Thanks for joining the stream. And Queen says, look, if you didn't like what he said, it's your choice to give him a little break. Yeah, you know what? I think it was an ambivalent, like an ambiguous comment. He didn't say the stream was. He didn't say the like the picture quality is low quality, or I think you're lagging, or I think you're breaking up. I think he was literally just saying, like, you're low quality. This is low quality. Because I've people say that before. Not very often, because people are very friendly around here. But yeah, people have said it before, like, oh, low effort stream or low quality stream. I think it's because I'm not doing like triple backflips or gaming or something. People think that's a low effort stream, but it's you got to be on your toes, guys. It takes effort to do this. And Mohammed says, hello from Egypt. So Haag in Egypt. Mohammed, thank you very much for saying hello. Super cool to hear that you're from Egypt because, like I've said, learning where people are from, the different countries, the different continents, different cities, I find it exciting. So Mohammed is thousands of miles away from me right now in Egypt, probably a different time zone, but here we are connecting in real time. So shout out to Mohammed. And the person with an Arabic username, we don't talk about politics or religion, but thank you for your question. And with that being said, I'm going to read out some final comments. And Queen says, Dexo says, I'm from Germany. You did many war crimes against us. Dexo, we're not getting into politics or anything like that, but think about what you're saying. And Craig, thank you very much. Under the young long username, you say, "Oh, and you can call me Craig. It's less effort." Thank you very much, Craig. That is considerably less effort than your username. But with that being said, guys, firstly, we're going to read Hussein's comment because he says, "Edward, I did not come because my grandma died." Hussein, I'm very sorry to hear your grandma died. You're actually the second person in the chat whose grandmother's recently passed away. Teju in India as well, but. Hussein, of course, we're all sending our condolences. Big hugs to you, and I hope you're doing as well as you can be. Never easy going through a loss of any type, especially a family member. So I hope you're doing all right, Hussein. And listen, no pressure to join the streams. Just drop in when you can. Cheeky Love Goddess, what a great username, says, "Hi, EdwardCares." Now, that's actually EdwardCares, but Cheeky Love Goddess, it's nice to see you in the chat. Oh, and Hussein's only just found out that today. So Hussein, like I said, major condolences to you, and thank you, Queen, as well, for being supportive to Hussein in the chat. With that being said, guys, Juicebox says, I'm studying. Sorry, Juicebox. But with that being said, Hussein, not to shut you down, like I said, we're ending this stream with a thought to Hussein and his family during this difficult time. I'm sending big hugs to everybody out there right now. TZR says, good night, bro. We're going to talk more tomorrow. TZR, I will look forward to it. 1% battery, plugging in quickly. Thank you for real for everybody that's joined the stream. Let me do some shout outs quick. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to Seb Does Stuff. Shout out to Cheeky Love Goddess. Shout out to Brooke. And yes, Brooke, unfortunately, let's do another 2 minutes. 17 people in the room. Once we get to below 15 people, then I'm dropping off the stream. That's the deal because it's been a long stream. This is the second stream of the evening. And one day, guys, my job will be to stream. I hope. Knock on wood. But it's the only reason I'm stopping really is because it's 11:10 in the UK, and I've got to be up for work at like 7:30, and I need to after this stream. I'm always pumped up. Okay, we've gone down to 50. We've gone down to 9 people, so that's the end of the stream. But thank you for real to everyone who joined. Shout out to Maximilian. Shout out to Cheeky Love Goddess. Shout out to Mohammed. Shout out to Hussein. Shout out to Queen. Lovely to connect with you, Queen. Shout out to Brooke, of course. Shout out to Seb Does Stuff. Shout out to TZR Animation. Shout out to Juicebox. Shout out to everybody that I've missed. Shout out to Craig as well, of course. And Brooke is sending very supportive messages, which I love. And Hussein, take care, man. We're going to see you on the next stream or when you're back, and we're sending our best to you. And take care, everybody. Big hugs to Jazz, of course, as well, and to John J. Rambo. Listen, guys, we're back tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. I'm sending you all the biggest of hug. Take care for now. Biggest of hugs. Take care for now. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. UK time. All right, that's it, gang. See you then. Bye for now, and same to you, Queen. Have a lovely sleep as well. All right, that's it. Peace out for now, and bye.